couple of months ago I made a video called Short Hair on Women, and it basically talked about my positive experience with having short hair. Because I made that video, I've heard so many of your amazing stories about having short hair and loving it, or wanting short hair and feeling empowered to get it, and I'm so glad that you guys have enjoyed having this conversation. In that video I asked if you guys had any questions about short hair with the hopes that I would make a Q&A video, and that's this video. So I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys had in the comments, and I hope you enjoy it. Your style looks great, but I don't think it would work on me. Do you have any tips on choosing a style? The way that I figured it out was by looking at pictures online of awesome short haircuts. There's a lot of variety in short haircuts, which a lot of people don't realize. So I would say go with what you're most drawn to, because it's your hair and you should have a haircut that you love. You can always let it grow for a month and then try something else if you don't like it. How has it affected you for athletics? I haven't mentioned this on this channel yet, but I started running a couple months ago, and I really like it. I've been running a lot. I'm training for the LeakyCon Fitty 5K next week in Portland, Oregon. I really love short hair for running. I remember having to run in gym class in high school when I had long hair, and even with it in a ponytail, it was on the back of my neck, and it was just sweaty and heavy and really just not fun to deal with. My hair is short enough that when I run and I jump and I move around and stuff, it doesn't move. It doesn't do anything. It stays exactly the same. If anything, it gets a little sweaty. I think it's the perfect haircut for running. I've always wanted to cut my hair short, but I don't know what my curly hair would become if I cut it short. Any advice? I have curly hair, but even when it was longer, it didn't really start to curl until about here. It was always straight on top. Frizzy, but straight. So now that I've cut my hair shorter than that, it doesn't really curl at all anymore. I get a little bit of a wave in the front, but I find that it looks best if I blow dry it. It tends to dry a little bit less wavy that way, and it looks pretty good. It does start to get a little funny when I let it grow a bit longer, but I'm trying to keep myself from doing that now. Obviously, your hair is probably not the same as mine, so if you have really curly hair that starts at the root, you may not have the same experience. I would say just look at where your hair starts to curl and then work with it from there. Do you ever miss your long hair? I haven't yet. I don't miss it. No. I, in fact, regularly think about how I'm so glad I cut it and how I really don't want to grow it back out again. Especially now that it's getting so hot outside, I am very, very happy that I made this decision. A friend of mine who's always had long hair is thinking about going pixie short and struggling with it because she feels an emotional attachment to her hair. Do you worry about that at all? Would you have any advice for her? I think I used to have that problem a little bit, but it's something that as I've gotten older, I've kind of lost. I've kind of realized that it's just hair. It grows back. I've never really gotten nervous about getting my hair cut, and even if I don't really like the haircut, I'll go and get another one and it grows back and it's not a big deal. I mean, if you are emotionally attached to your hair and you think that it's really going to make you sad to cut it off, don't cut it off. It's your hair. You can do what you want with it. But if you want to try it and you really like the way the haircuts look, it may be worth it to be brave. And if you don't like it, you can always grow it back. My advice would be just stick to your guns and do what you want. How do you know if short hair will suit your face shape? I really have no knowledge of the correlation between face shape and appropriate haircuts. I don't even know what kind of face shape I have. I would say ask somebody who knows about this stuff. The person who's cutting your hair probably has learned a little bit about that type of thing. Or you can look up stuff online. I'm sure there are articles about face shape and haircuts and things, and if you can find a celebrity who has a sort of similar face shape or weight to you, maybe see what they do and how it looks on them. Any suggestions on how to find a hairstylist who will work with you? This is a hard one. This took me a long time. I talked about it for a while in my first video about short hair. There was a long time where I had haircuts that weren't so great because I was trying to find somebody who understood what I wanted and was able to execute it in a way that looked good on me. I was looking on Yelp and City Search and websites like that to see what people were saying about hairstylists in my area, and a lot of times it's easy to find a good hair salon, but each person who works there has different training and different talents. So that was how I found Kai Michaels, who cuts my hair, and he's awesome. Somebody had left a review online for his salon that sounded very similar to my story, a woman who wanted a short haircut and was having trouble finding people who could do really feminine short haircuts. So I figured it was worth a try, and I'm really glad that I found him. My parents are the kind of parents who believe girls should wear dresses and have long hair. Do you have any tips to try and sway them a little bit? This type of comment was repeated over and over again on my last video. It seems like a lot of girls are having trouble getting their parents to let them cut their hair short. My mom was always very good about letting me decide what I wanted to do with my hair because it's my hair, it's on my head. But I think mostly when parents have issues with short hair, I think it's because they are worried what people will think of their daughter. I think your parents just want the best for you, and I think when they don't let you do something, it's because they're worried that you might not like it and it will take a long time to grow back, or that people will judge you for your choices, and they really just want you to be happy. There's also the issue of it reflecting badly on them. Sometimes I wonder if parents are trying to live vicariously through their children, and then when their children want to make decisions that they themselves wouldn't make, it makes them a little bit nervous. Especially when you're getting older and you're having more responsibilities and more freedoms. I feel like that's something that's a little bit difficult for parents to deal with in general, and it may just be a symbol of you wanting to be your own person and them wanting you to be their little baby again, you know? They love you and they care about you, but I feel like it's your hair and you should be able to do what you want. So if it's a situation similar to this specific person where they say that their parents have specific gender ideals and that they don't think that women should have shorter hair, I would say look up pictures online, because there are a lot of really, really great pictures of gorgeous feminine women who have very short hair, or just explain to them why you want the haircut and what you think it will do for you. I mean, it's done loads for me, for my confidence, and it's made me a happier person. Last week I finally got a pixie cut. I love it and I feel so much more confident. I've started wearing nicer clothes and I feel a lot prettier. However, on days where I just wear jeans and a tee, I feel a lot less confident because I am wary of looking masculine. Any tips? You could try experimenting with makeup. I never really enjoyed wearing makeup until I had short hair, because now I feel like a lot of people look more at my face. I've never really been that into lipstick, but now that I have short hair, it's kind of appealing to me and I feel like it's fun. You can just play around with it. Another thing you can do is accessorize. If you're just wearing a jeans and a t-shirt, like some little dangly earrings are really awesome. Let me tell you about these. I couldn't wear earrings like this when I had long hair because first of all you couldn't see them, and also they would get like stuck in my hair and it would hurt. And they're super fun. And the third option would just be freaking own it. You can just wear whatever you want and you can be whoever you want, and it's not a big deal. You don't have to be concerned about filling other people in on what your gender is. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as best I can. I've loved hearing all of your short hair stories, and I'm really glad that you guys are getting as into this as I am. Maybe this won't be the last video about short hair, maybe there will be more in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you later.